What's up guys, I'm Sergio and I'm an English teacher and this will be an English listening practice video. If you're an English student and you need to listen to someone speaking English, this video will be of great help to you. And I will use my last year trip to the Dominican Republic to speak about on this video. So last year, I went to the Dominican Republic to visit my parents. My parents live there and they have lived there for many years. They're Brazilian, just like me. They live there because they founded a church there. They started a church there. And well, let's talk about the trip, right? When I arrived there, in the Dominican Republic, I had to go from Fortaleza. This is the city where I live in here in Brazil, and I went from Fortaleza to São Paulo. Okay, that's about a 3-hour trip, I think. And from São Paulo to Punta Cana. I didn't go to the capital city of the Dominican Republic. Okay, I didn't arrive there. I had to go to the Punta Cana airport because the flights were a bit cheaper, you know. I decided to go to Punta Cana first. And when I arrived there, I arrived in the evening time. It wasn't such a good experience for me, you know, at first, because I remember that it's like there's a taxi cab mafia in this airport, because I'm very used to using the Uber app, getting an Uber here in Brazil when I need to go somewhere, but it's like they don't allow Uber drivers to get inside the Punta Cana airport. It's because they want you to get a cab, because the cab, it's way more expensive, you know, it's crazy expensive compared to the Uber. So I remember trying to get the Uber and I wasn't able to get the Uber. And it's because I was inside the airport and the Uber couldn't get in the airport. Everything was dark, you know, outside. And I found a very nice guy there that offered me a ride to the place I needed to go so I could meet my mom, you know, so I could actually get to her. And this guy, of course, he didn't do this for free. He was kind of like a taxi driver, but he was like a nice guy, you know, so he wasn't, you know, charging such an expensive price to go. But compared to the Uber, it was still expensive. So I arrived to the place. It was an apartment at first my mom got for the evening. It was great to see her again, because I didn't say that in the video, but it's like I hadn't seen my parents in 5 years, you know? So it was great to see her again. And we decided to take some time to relax, you know? My parents worked very hard, and I have worked very hard for like 5 years, ever since I started being a teacher. And we decided to take a break, and we went to a hotel there. It's called Serenade. It was an all-inclusive hotel. And guys, this hotel was simply amazing, really. I love this hotel because, like I said, it's all-inclusive. So it's like 24 hours food. I'm a skinny guy, but I really like to eat, okay? I went to this hotel with my parents, and if I went to a restaurant in the morning, you know, like there was a whole buffet there. It's like all you can eat. We ate a lot, you know, so that was great. But the hotel is not only about food. You also had nice swimming pools, a nice beach, you know, like a private beach. You also had the gym. The gym was amazing. It was very complete. We also had the room. The room was nice, with air conditioning and, you know, the basic stuff. Nice bathroom. I couldn't complain about anything. Like, the hotel was huge. Sometimes you wanted to go to the beach, and if your room was far from the beach, you would have to walk a bit to get there. But it's like so relaxing to be in this kind of hotel. And the coolest thing about this hotel is that you don't only have the normal and typical buffet, you know, where you can eat everything that you want, but you can also go to a theme restaurant. They had like international cuisine there, an Italian restaurant, an Asian restaurant. I think there was also a Mediterranean restaurant. So that was a cool thing, because it's like, if you go to this kind of hotel, you might think, oh, I need to book this kind of restaurant, and so I won't do it. But seriously, go. If you go to this kind of hotel and they have a themed restaurant, you need to go to this themed restaurant, because it's a different experience. I remember that the Asian restaurant was amazing, you know, like there was a guy playing with fire, and you know, it's totally worth it, and it's not like extra charge. So you just have to give your hotel room number, I think, and you'll be going there and booking the restaurant. We came back to Santo Domingo, you know, by car. And when we got to Santo Domingo, I went obviously to my parents' house, and it was nice to be back there, you know. Their apartment, in my opinion, is very nice and cozy. But let's talk a little bit about Santo Domingo, the city. Something that's quite cool, you know, about Santo Domingo is that you have many like green activities, like let's call it that. You don't necessarily have to be in some kind of urban activity to have fun. So I would like to start talking about that. So the first place I would like to talk about is the Olympic Center. Okay, there's a sports center there that the translation to English would be Olympic Center, and this place has many different kind of activities you can do. You know, like there's a football field, you know, you have the basketball court, tennis court, volleyball court. It's also nice for jogging. And another place that's nice for jogging is the park. It's called Mirador Sur, okay? And it's far from the Olympic Center, okay? It's a completely different place, but this is also a nice place for jogging and practicing some kind of sports. They have a little lake over there, and you can see people like riding bikes and jogging. Hold up, this is part 1 of the story. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in part 2.